Yeah. And they're still not like, unpaid it, and there's still like something extra.
Okay, so we may be live right now, just to let you know. We're live. It started already.
Are you going to try putting this back in, or?
Yeah. Just gonna try. I'm not receiving your video notification rates.
Yeah. Oh wow. For their sanity.
And then she goes there and goes
I think we are. Hello, everybody. Thank you. We're ready for a panel, everybody? Hello, Internet. Okay, so I think it's really appropriate that we're following on from Tara's panel, because what I wanted to have this big discussion about was trends that people are seeing in vidding, both sort of historical and sort of what you guys think of as your sort of experience of the history of vidding, and where you think that might go in the future. Because we talk every year about what fandoms we think might be coming up, as the big hot thing for next time, and that's great. I think we all really enjoy that bit. But I was hoping that we could also go into a bit more about actually what you think the vids might look like. What are they physically going to be like? Do you have any exciting new sort of things that you want to try, technically speaking? What do you? I know. Are you trying to get to your computer to program your vid for you? We're going to have magic AI vids now. But I don't know. I know very little about most of this stuff, but I find it really interesting, and I would love to know. Sort of what you guys are thinking about all that stuff, because we don't tend to sit in the same place at the same time and actually get to properly nerd out. So I'm hoping that we can do that. So I was hoping that we could start by having people talk about their first vids. Did you guys have any particular first vid examples that you wanted to talk about? Like maybe your first exciting use of a dynamic change of colour or something like that. Go on, Tara. What was yours?
I think one of the first vids I watched was a Harry Potter vid, and I didn't finish it because it was sort of like showing clips from the Chamber of Secrets, and then in the description box was like a 500-word description of exactly what was happening and who was looking at who and how Ginny and Harry were falling in love with each other, and I was like, this isn't no. And it was very sort of slow and lots of talking and stuff, and I just kind of moved on.
So what were you using to watch that? Like what sort of tech-wise were you on?
That was still YouTube actually.
Back in the day, so like early YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't get it because I think I might have downloaded a couple of live journal, but that was the first time I kind of watched one.
Yeah, because before we had sort of easily accessible groups of vids, it was a much more isolated sort of hobby. You had to sort of talk individually to people or know the right Yahoo group to be in or something. And I at least was not in those Yahoo groups. I did not know about it. Yeah, but was anybody? Have we got anybody who's like that old school? I mean, I respect that. Amazing. I completely respect that. So, I would love to hear about that.
Well, I mean, I started bidding very late in my Farscape fandom, but it was Farscape fandom that I was in when I found out about Vids and stuff, and that was kind of useful because if Farscape had this kind of internal infrastructure that supported the distribution of Vids in a way that other fandoms didn't, because it had Farscape Fantasy, it had an actual dedicated website that would host them. Farscape Fantasy. It was still up to a couple of years ago, but it's not now. Apparently, I found out the other day. But yeah, and so there was, the big websites would then sort of link to, and some of the websites then later had places to announce them as well. But people, so it was a place that you could go and look for new vids. It was kind of like a fic archive, but for vids, which I don't think many other places had. But then Farscape was a very vid-heavy fandom by the standards of the day. I think it was one of the only fandoms, I believe, at the time where you could be a fan of, where your fanishness of vidding could be part of your fanishness of Farscape rather than part of your fanishness of vidding independently, if that makes sense. Because like a lot of them, like VidCon, and then there's all these different, back then it was still difficult to vid, so.
I think it was also, there's a certain element that, I don't know, I mean, this is just, obviously just my experience.
Yeah.
When I started out, I was using vids as a way to express my deep and heartfelt love of, like, Rigel. but as I kind of went on as a vidder, it was more about the vidding, and then less about what I was vidding, and more about the kind of the technology, and then I kind of went full circle, and it became more about, I really don't care if I can star wipe or not. I probably shouldn't. I do have an awful lot to say about 12 Monkeys or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree with that as well. I think a lot of times my attempts to do new things technologically or to say, oh, I'm going to try that effect, often coincided with me moving from one editing program to another, and I'd just be trying to learn how the program worked, so I'd have to do a lot of fiddling with it. How does this? Oh, that means I can do that. Oh, that means I can do that. Oh, well, let's do that then. But then, yeah, ultimately.
You can, but should you?
Yeah.
Coming back to Farscape. The first vid I saw was a Farscape vid, but I hadn't yet watched Farscape. It was a friend who said, I've known you for a few months now, and I think I understand what you like. And so she showed me Poison. And said, I think you'd like this show. Here's a précis of the highlights. And I was like, that seems fun. That was a really quiet, like, when Poison came out, that wasn't what you were supposed to be doing with Farscape. That was,
I don't know that one. What did you do?
it was a slash bit.
Yeah.
At the time, it was very John and Aaron, and slash really wasn't a thing.
Yeah, but that
in
I think
Farscape.
which is shocking considering the amount of bondage
Oh,
between
God,
John and
yeah. It's a surprise to all of us, I think.
It's why I feel like the Farscape kind of vidding subculture was quite separate from the vidding subcultures elsewhere, because of course Slash is enormously influential and
Very late to Farscape.
But
And when it
yeah,
came,
but-
it got there with a bang. I think
I think that's also slightly derailed. I think that's a testament to Farscape's the fact that Erin was such a kind of well-rounded character and that the cast had such chemistry.
Yeah.
You couldn't just sort of.
I've heard a lot of people saying that John and Aaron are kind of their only pet ship, but they still absolutely adore, and I think that it was kind of slightly involved with regards to that. Although, really can any of us deny the power of the leather bondage in the
That's really weirdly reminded me of what I think is actually the very first vid I ever saw, which was actually technically made by the show creators, because it was the X-Files, where it was basically it was a shipper vid that the show made, which is like Lean On Me.
The season 4 trailer.
Yeah, and it was beautiful. It was so good. And in retrospect, that was actually really formative.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what is this show? I have to watch it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was genuinely so good. I mean, to be honest, probably better than the show ended up deserving, like sadly. But yeah, and I thought that was sort of just mind blowing because I'd never seen anybody try and express anything about a show in that particular way, and it worked. Oh, go.
As a really old school person then, who was long from the Yahoo list, my first vids that I watched were about in the year 2000, when I first met my girlfriend. She lived in Germany, and of course all TV in Germany was dubbed, so she got tapes sent from other fans in the US and UK with the episodes of Due South and Highlander, primarily in English. And on these episodes, where the other fans would have put fan vids at the end to fill the space.
I remember that.
Exactly. And those were the first fan vids I saw.
Same.
Yeah.
And literally physically to fill up that extra bit of
Yeah,
tape.
you have extra space,
Yeah.
you put in more content.
I saw old Stargate vids that way. Right,
No,
really,
really?
right on the back end of tapes that had been sent from the US. Like I had a friend who was like, you know, local dealer of such, and you know, she wasn't that interested in vids. She was like a really mad shipper, and she really loved them, and I was just like, fine, can I have the episodes now? But she did have one that was that I'd love to see again, which was the Stargate vid to the theme song from the Muppets. Definitely
awesome.
heartbreaking Stargate genius. I first saw this at, I think it was a Star Trek convention, and it would have been in the very early 2000s when the creation conventions used to put vids on the screen between panels, and like it was like a proper like full-on convention, like with the stars of Star Trek and stuff up there. So it would be like the entire cast of Voyager like chatting to you, and then they would go off for a break, and there would be vids on the screen where they had been. And I think it was the first con I'd ever been to, and I'd never seen a vid before, and I just kind of assumed that they were like professionally made, that the con company had like made them especially for us, but it was all contests, and it was people who had made vids and submitted them, and they would show the best
Yeah,
ones.
they were fan vids in every possible sense of that.
Yeah.
Wow. But that gives them such authority though, that sort of lends such an air of like, no, this is real art that you can look at.
Yes.
Well, we've got the people
At
there.
least until very recently, they were still doing the contests. I think they might still be doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
No, I was just going to say, what's weird for me is that the first vids I ever saw were Harry Potter vids, because that was my first fandom. And it's sort of like 2003, 2004. There was only a couple of films to come out, or 3 films maybe. But people were vidding. Basically, they were vidding the books with the limited amount of film footage that we had. And so that kind of, I think, it was quite different in terms of vidding. It was trying to make a commentary or tell a bit or whatever, something from the books, using the films, which were different. Do you know what I mean? And then when I discovered that actually other people did this too, this vidding thing, I was really shocked. Surprised, I thought.
Like the styles from the Farscape one, because the Harry Potter ones I first saw were basically trying to cram some massive story with very limited content.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what put me off. But with Farscape, I guess it's like
Yeah, I
different.
think I remember
Very
seeing that
different.
sort of thing actually.
Yeah.
It would almost be like a companion piece to a piece of fic or something like that.
Or
Like,
a lot of really mysterious vids using the very, very tiny
Yeah.
amount of footage there
Yeah.
actually was to
Yeah.
do that.
so do you guys reckon that how you came into vidding affected your own approach to your vids? You know, when you started making them? You're shaking your head, you don't think so?
I don't, because I was in this odd position where I had been watching vids since not in a huge way, but and knowing they were definitely a thing since about 2000. Didn't actually make a vid till 2013 or 14, and then kind of like I was always thinking that, you know, I have lots of very significant thoughts and feelings about all sorts of people, but I don't need to make a serious Remus vid because they've all been made. So they're not influencing how I want to vid, because, you know, if I then go watch Star Trek and I have a lot of feelings about Tuvok, well, you know, Catherine's covered all of it, it's fine. I don't need to. So in some ways I think Specifically, no. Specifically, the way I came into fandom did not influence how I vidded.
It's interesting that it seems to have affected what you then decided to vid, though. Like, go on, Ed.
I got into vidding because I was in Battlestar Galactica shipping community, and we were all sharing fic back and forth on Yahoo and a few other places, and they said, "Oh, have you seen these?" And it was this collection of shipper videos. I sort of started doing that, and then somebody sent me Jewel Bunny's Rockstar Poser, and it's like, "Oh, you can do more than that." And then when the show ended, I basically stopped making shipper vids. Partly because the show kind of screwed me over horribly, but also because I don't find couples that interesting any longer. I don't get into the shows to the same extent that I did with Galactica and with my ship to make me think that I could actually vid them well. So now it's, naked men dancing and things.
There is nothing wrong with that. But do you reckon that sort of seeing how Jewel Bunny went about creating the vids, sort of the technically, did that inspire you? Did that help you figure out how to do it?
A lot of the shipper vids tended, the first ones that were doing the rounds, because there were a few general people making shipper vids, and then it was sort of seized on by us in this particular shipper community for our ship. But everyone was kind of new, so they all tended to start out with the great long lingering shots of the talking head. And of course then there was Rockstar Poser, which is much, much quicker. And then of course I found Marix, who thinks that 9,000 clips in 60 seconds is going too slowly.
Awesome. And Freya, I think you had something you wanted to say?
Yes, I think my coming into vidding is more like Ed's, and I would say that the way I discovered vids definitely shaped not so much how I vid now, but how I approached it for a long time. I was on a Buffy forum and found out, I think the very first vid I remember watching was Bachelorette by Nikki, which is a wonderful vid. It's still one of my favorite vids. And I think I always approached vidding as my version of meta because I can't be bothered to write.
Oh, but that's a good way to describe it when you've done it well.
I do more just feelsy kinds of vids now. But the first few years, that was always my goal.
To say something.
Sometimes I think that's why
have a thesis about.
Why I don't vid so much anymore. I mean, partly it's because my life has changed to the point that I don't have as much time to vid. But I found time to make my premiere because I had something I wanted to say. And I think if I was in a fanish place where I was more really into something, and I felt like I had more stuff to say about it, because I definitely feel like that was that meta, because I couldn't both write the meta. That's why I did a lot of Battlestar Galactica vids. They were like, I wanted to say something about that character or that aspect of the show, and I miss that because I think that's what drives me often to make vids. That's what I really love about it, is that communicative aspect. This is how I see the show. This is the show that I am watching, and I'm going to bring out those aspects of it.
Right.
And show you.
And it can be kind of useful as well to get comments on it, because a lot of the time I have feelings and I make a bit about them, but I still don't really know what I was actually trying to say. But there are comments that says, "Oh, I really like what you did with that because it really displays this." And I'm like, yes, that's what
I meant that all along.
That's what I'm saying.
One of the things I do miss with the shipper vids is that it really was all of us going, we want to show our feelings to all of you. Aren't they wonderful? They go, yes, they're wonderful. I don't get that these days. Other than for Thor, obviously.
It did sort of blow my mind in the late 2000s when Vids started shifting from I have a lot of feels, let me tell you about my feels, to here is a very sharp, critical point I'm going to make. I think the one that really stuck with me for years was women's work.
Yeah, me too. That was the first one that I think I watched where it was explicitly about that. There was no way of really watching it and not realising that this was saying something very pointed and critical. It wasn't a cheerful or uncomplicated vid to watch at all.
And I can never remember the actual name of it, but the Firefly vid,
Oh, how much is that picture in the window?
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Those
the
vids.
first one I remember that was.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people may have been making them earlier, but I think they certainly reached more prominence in the late 2000s, and they're just. Those are the vids I remember years later. Like feelsy ones. I love feelsy vids, but you know.
That's really interesting. Actually, Charlotte might be the person to ask about that particular question. Sure. I mean, I'm assuming that probably there were people who were making critical vids and almost intellectual vids that were saying, this is my understanding of a thing and this is how I want you to think about it back in the day as well. But it sounds like that's probably harder.
Most of what I've seen from the older stuff is all shippy, feelsy. Like, there's a wonderful Oz slash vid that's set to Madonna's Frozen. And like that, and the X-Files one of Matchbox Twins Push. Like, Mulder's a little bitch. Like,
I remember that one, yes.
Right? Like, I don't. That could be critical because it's showing the hero of the program to be terrible to his two boyfriends, Krychek and Skinner. There's still like a playfulness and a shippiness to that that you find a criticism in like the commentary there, but it's not as.
But I think it does coincide though. That I would say the late 2000s is when vidding technology, when laptops and computers that became much more accessible. Because when I started in like 2005, it was still something. I remember being surprised that my laptop could just about run this thing, and a lot of people still didn't have access to it. And I think that's also when it just became something, and YouTube was, the distribution models were becoming bigger, so it was becoming something that was easier to use as a way to communicate your point, and also that was available to more people. I think
The other
it's
one
also
I have in my thesis course, which is all about the critical bits, it's from 2006, it's Jandusha Kisses Teenagers. That's the oldest one I have. Doesn't mean there aren't any before that. It's the other one I've found for this.
That's really good to know, thank you. I think the other shift that I'm really interested in, probably again in the late 2000s, is vids that are making a general point. Like multi-fandom vids, like the delightful Jewish dancing vid.
Yes.
I don't necessarily mean serious vids, like vids that are making a point about fandom itself, or popular culture, or some aspect of popular culture, or I don't know. Like the vid we had a couple of years ago that was a VidCon which was about great epochs in women's sport. Like I love those sorts of vids, and it's another thing that I find.
No, definitely, and I think
great.
that's absolutely, I think, a technological thing that stuff simply wasn't easily doable physically for such a long time, and then it took a while for people to realise that you could do stuff with that. But Charlotte, what did you say about this?
There is, from 1992, there is a multi-fandom vid that uses mostly sourced from 1991 to do like clones and body double stuff. So it starts out with, and it is with Weird Al Thingamaclone now. It starts out with classic Trek, Kirk, but then it cuts to Bill and Ted, and then there's DuckTales, Muppet Movie, Back to the Future 2, and a bunch of Next Generation.
Is this been watchable still?
I've got it on my hard drive here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's genuinely a really good vid too. Like this was one that Charles showed me last weekend, like when we were nerding out a little bit about this. Yeah, but that sort of thing must have taken so long. Like just the time and probably money involved in actually doing that.
Well, to buy a videotape back then,
Yeah.
it's quite expensive.
And you had to have the kit to be able to do all that, and now you just can download a thing off YouTube and show it in a program, and it's so much quicker and easier to do that if that's what you want to do. But I really love that. I think that's really interesting, and I think it's opened up the conversation of vidding. That we do have these really blurry lines now between what a fan vid and what a professional vid might be, and in between what the sorts of things you might want to say, because you can have a happy dancing vid that is quite a little bit frivolous, but that is also making a point much more easily, and I think that's really awesome. And I just love vidding culture. I think that's really cool and exciting. Catherine, Yeah, look, you wanted to say anything.
I did, but I think I've forgotten it. If it was important, I'll remember.
Okay. Is it, like, have you guys seen specifically that technological change affect how you vid? I mean, I'm assuming
My first
in
bidding
your stuff.
program, I couldn't preview or play back anything. I just had to time the clips with where I wrote down the beats in the song and markers like videotaping. And then export it and watch it, and if it was wrong, I'd go back and I'd bidded like that for about 3-4 years. My first best bid I made like that.
When I was doing when I was bidding on Windows Movie Maker, it wasn't quite that bad because I could cut the clips in there and I could sort of do it, but the playback was so terrible. Effectively, I had to render every time I wanted to check. But I was using the waveform, so it was easier. But pretty much, it didn't. I couldn't just play it back, and I stuck with that for years.
Yeah, and that must have taken. Did that take a long time? It sounds like that must have taken forever.
Yeah, or I just didn't care that much about timing and things when I started bidding. Because those are the kind of bids I was watching. Is I wasn't plugged into the bidding community. I was watching probably quite bad, or whatever, different Harry Potter bids and then Michael Mars bids that were not at all plugged into the other community, which only stumbled across years later.
Now, I think what counts as a good vid is so clearly like really dependent on where you're coming from, like not only just from the fandom but also like technologically.
Because like Ed was saying, the Shepherd vids that he was watching with talky heads and long clips and stuff, but they served the exact purpose that was necessary for them at the time, and they were there as a shared expression of joy between enthusiastic people starting out with their video programs, and that. Yeah.
I still got some of the vids that I've watched about them that I know are not the kind of vids that I might seek out now, but I'd still watch them every now and then. They filled that need, as you say, they have the feed.
About this. Sorry, did I talk over you?
You first, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think bidding as an art form is unusual in the sense that most of what we consider like competing aesthetics or aesthetics in general are internally community generated. So it's not like it's fashions and literary fiction where the entirety of society is dictating the aesthetic. We really do generate the external and internal context of the art that we create, which I think is probably unique. I mean, I'm sure that BBC Two Ident fandom disagree.
Well, I've been wondering if that's actually changed now that more fans are professionals,
Right.
or at least more open fans. I mean, presumably there were always people who were actually secretly massive nerds about whatever thing, like working for the BBC or whatever, but you can be more open about that and have more of a direct conversation about that because we've got the words for it now. And I know some people who do run various sports-related stuff for the BBC, and they know all about a lot of this stuff. And I was wondering if we are taking more of our cues as sort of a feedback loop from them as they take more of their cues from us as well. I mean, like, what do you guys think? I mean, you're nodding over there. Anybody got any thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, you see corporate culture taking cues from fanish culture and meme culture all the time on Twitter. I mean, the entire way that corporations now communicate on Twitter is through insulting everyone in one fashion. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was becoming that way. I mean, YouTube has meant that fan bidding has exploded to a point that it no longer even follows the original traditions. I don't know, but that sounds likely. Is my
And I don't think that it's likely to get rid of all of that sort of groundswell sort of, like, because it comes from people being enthusiastic nerds about whatever it is. Like, that's the source of it.
I still think, I actually take the point that there is more of a feedback loop now than there used to be, and there will be more in the future. But I still think we're behind the curve on this. I think
Compared to like music or something.
Yeah, I think that there's still quite a lot of fandom-generated norms and laws as well as fandom-generated vids.
Yeah. And I think it's definitely true that you occasionally come across professional stuff that doesn't know a specific fanish thing, and then you're like, wait, what? And then for me at least, I didn't necessarily even realise that was a thing until I saw somebody not do that, and then I realised that I found that super bizarre because of it.
Well, the one I'm thinking of, I don't know, I feel like a couple of other people in this room have seen this, but I went to one of those concerts where they play the music from a thing. It was a Star Trek one, and they played a full orchestra, played all the music from Star Trek, and then played what were essentially vids on a massive screen in the Albert Hall. And it was very fun, but it was like watching like very basic vids that had like. It was like watching someone's first vid without them having ever seen another vid. It wasn't like poorly edited. It was just very like simplistic.
Same thing was Doctor Who proms. I went to the first one in 2008.
That's fascinating.
And the female astronaut presented it, and they did a similar thing. They kind of showed the music, and then had sort of vids. So they had Rose when they showed Rose, but it was like really basic.
Yeah.
And actually, thinking of that and comparing it to the Doctor Who Confidential one,
Yeah.
it would have been made in the same year. What's that
It
about?
the audience to be too simple to follow something more complex.
It's not a regular vid watching audience. It's like a general Star
I mean,
Trek
something
fandom
like Doctor Who
audience.
Confidential is meant to go up on YouTube for more, where you're going to get people expecting something more.
It went on on clips on the website, on Doctor Who's website, but it wouldn't really have gone.
But it's still sort of
Like for the Doctor Who, like the fanfic clips, I had to cut from my own personal stash because the ones that were on YouTube were 8 years old and in really poor condition, and BBC Three didn't actually have it in their stash. So yeah, but I think the ones that in the proms, I think were mainly more about ambiance.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Rather than actually trying to draw attention.
So Michelle actually had something that she wanted to say. I saw her waving her hand there.
The ambiance and the too simple John Carpenter when he tours with his rock band, the horror director. They're all like really simple, like summary bits of all of the films. So like, we'll do the theme from Halloween. Here is a vid-like summary of Halloween. Or here's the music from They Live. We've all put on sunglasses and now we're going to perform. And then on the screen behind, it's a summary of the film. So you might only know some of his music, some of his films, and it gives you this kind of hand-holding, but also nostalgia experience.
It kind of goes to you have to, well, I work in public relations, so I look at it a little bit different. You have to actually figure out what your target group is. And I think when you go to a concert, you're not going there for the video, you're going for the music. So basically it's just something, it's nice to look at in the back, but you're there for the music.
I think with John Carpenter's example, because he's both the composer and the director of the films, the Vanishness is both towards the original media product and then also the experience of having the live score performed for you by the man who wrote it.
And I think that's definitely changing as well. Like stuff like Blue Dot Festival. Like part of the reason people go to Blue Dot Festival is because it's a specific venue where they've got like mega screens and stuff, and that visual element of it is part of what people want to go to Blue Dot for, is my understanding. I mean, I've not actually been. It's at Joggle Bank.
Really?
Yes, it is literally a festival run at Joggle Bank.
That's amazing.
Yes, and it's supposed to be fabulous. I do want to go one day.
There's also like audiovisual like DJs, like like electronic music DJs. Often when they perform, there are two people standing on the stage. One is a person with a laptop just making music, and one is a person with a laptop just making the visuals for the music. And it's like they're working together, but they're each is creating their own medium, and it like blends together, and it's very much meant to be experienced together.
Yeah. So do you guys think that trend is going to keep on going? Because like personally, I do. I think that as it gets easier and cheaper and sort of quicker to put all that stuff together, like, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, you've already got much more sort of visual adverts and stuff, like with video going around, like, all over the place. You know, if you can, why would you not do that?
I'm not sure they'll do fan, because I think they'll do like more original stuff. So like when Beyonce's concert started, she kind of used clips from her home videos, but then also made lots of original content, including fake babies. And that was sort of used to promote the concert, and people go talk wild about them, like what's this and what's that. So it was more original content than fan vids or transforming their own stuff. So
yeah, and there was that amazing vid about American politics and Black Lives Matter not long ago, which you literally physically couldn't have done not that long ago, because it was all like news footage and people's own real footage of actually being in the events and stuff that I thought was incredible.
I thought so. That was another one that was the sort of thing you couldn't have communicated through any other medium.
Yeah.
I thought was, yeah, and it's,
I'm wondering if that's a trend that will continue in bidding, this drift away from being purely a fanish medium and more into a way to create art using fanish methods.
I definitely think that that's at least a chance for. There's all this stuff about programs which you can use to make it look like somebody is doing something really apparently very convincingly, or potentially going to be very convincingly, just by like basically putting their face on a construct.
right.
A sort of a visually constructed person, and while some people are going, oh God, you could do awful things with that, and understandably, and people definitely I think will try and do that. But I was also thinking, well, God, for fandom, like, I can see some very different ways that people might use that right there.
I've seen that already actually, and
They do in pornography. There's actually a thing where they use Paul Natalie Portman's face and put it on pornography, and they're trying to ban it.
I once saw some early stuff of that, but which was like you could almost see that this person's face had been cut out. It was just really weird and creepy.
Yeah.
But if that gets actually good, then I think people are really going to use it to basically make whatever they particularly want to
they
see.
do it a little bit in like video games already, where you can download the models into Poser or something, and so like for Mass Effect, for instance, you'll find a lot of art that's been done using the video models that people will then remodel into other things. So there's a lot of like graphic art. Sorry, some of it I presume is graphic in the other sense too. But
Yeah, there's got to be Mass
lots-
Effect porn.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's definitely
But
happening.
there's lots of art, just of Shepard and other characters in situations and circumstances, or they're illustrated, or even motion stuff like things moving and things, that doesn't happen in things. And I've seen some vids using mods and using things from Poser. I've seen.
So you're already seeing that. That's really
Yeah, I mean, because
interesting.
it's easier, obviously because it's been constructed as a digital person, you don't have to turn it into one. But yeah, so I absolutely agree that that's where it will go, because it's where it's
And you could probably make any footage that you wanted. So if you want to have your beautiful, perfect vid about what happens after the end of DS9 or whatever, I want to see Pedro joining the Federation, and then you can make that happen. And I think I'm really excited to see that, and I really want to do it. Like, would you guys use that? Do you reckon? Like,
I wonder, would that be a fan vid, or will you making original stuff?
well, I think that it almost becomes an impossible question at that point. Like,
because like if you'll say if I had that, I would make Frodo and Sam kiss and get it in film. But am I making a sort of visual fan fiction?
Well, it's a fan film, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a fan film, but you're able to somehow hire the original actors in your fan film.
Still classed as a fan vid.
well, I guess that's just it, because there's probably going to be rules about this fairly down the
I
road.
think Natalie Portman's trying to sue.
Well,
Yeah, and I don't blame them,
But but fan films is its own,
But I would also think it kind of takes something away from the art of bidding. The constraint, I think, to me, is something useful as well as something limiting. Sometimes you really, really want that shot, and you might be very tempted to create it if you can. But most of the time, actually, the restraint makes you think about things and figure things out, and that's the creation of.
Definitely. I once heard somebody say that art is breaking chains, and you can't break chains if you haven't got any.
Yes. I like that as the idea of bidding as poetry. You have to use the sonnet form. And you can do anything you like within the form.
But you've got those rules. So you want to
Yeah, I think it circles back to what we talked about before about bidding as meta, and about interpreting the text of the show or whatever. And that's what really interests me about bidding. So I would be less interested in creating more footage of my own, because I want to interpret the text that's already there.
So you don't think that you would want to use all this extra stuff? Yeah. No, and there was a hand up at the back, I think.
I was
Was
going
you?
to say, wasn't there a Harry Draco bid using The Sims?
Wow.
Really? Like literally just The Sims?
Sure, someone made two characters, blonde and dark-haired Sims, and then bidded it.
But like Spanish Sims are quite a big subculture on their own, and there is definitely bidding within that. Like if you go on any character or pairings tab on Tumblr, there will be like occasional sim updates And yeah, people seem to vid them. Like,
We do have constructed reality as part of some vids already anyway, though. I mean, like when you have a crossover vid, then they think of ways to make it look like they're there. But I do kind of agree that even within that, it then becomes such a big deal that you did that, or that you used external footage to illustrate a thing that was implied but didn't happen. I think it's a fuzzy boundary, but I think I agree. I think that there is something in that being not the core form. You know, I don't know.
No, and I don't feel like it's ever been all that simple either. I mean, you know, there's vids where two characters who have literally never been in the same show together are shown to walk into a bar and then go off and have one night stand. And it's a classic vid, and it's great. And I don't think anybody would argue that that's not a fan vid, but it's not a fan vid in the in an easy sort of or simplistic way. You know, they put a lot of effort into making that constructed reality happen.
But then there are also bits that use a lot of external source. So there was a True Blood bit that Nikki did a while ago. I can't remember what it was called. But it was really trippy. It was the one to Bjork, I think. And it just had loads of weird kind of natural, world, nature stuff. And then like a handful, probably less, like ratio-wise, probably less like True Blood footage than external. And it was a bit still, work. But
And I can actually, I don't think I've seen that one, but I can really imagine it working with True Blood specifically, because True Blood is quite trippy, and it has got a lot of nature and sense of the physical location where they are, like the bayou is like right there and stuff.
well, what that reminds me of is I was thinking about vids and like how much of a fandom do you have to include in a vid for it to still be a vid for that fandom, and the one that I was thinking of is Data's Dream, which like literally only has data for a few seconds at the beginning and the end, but it is definitely a data vid, even though it's also a multi-fandom vid. And it's just interesting that you can have that little footage and have it still be about that character.
That's a really great example, because that is definitely a data vid.
Yeah.
I don't think you could watch it and not realise that it's talking about Star Trek, but it isn't an easy way of doing that. It's not just, here is Data doing a thing.
But then I think if we're doing the comparison of meta and fan fiction and this and that, then you've got to, I think, maybe break down fan fiction actually tends to exist in two different types. There's plot heavy or extrapolative, like what happens afterwards, what if we go in this direction, what if this is a giant AU, and then there's the short reflective pieces about the state of mind at the time, which are more meta, I suppose, in their purpose, because their purpose is to explore this one particular element, say something about it, and I think that vids and fan fiction do already cross over in those areas more. I think like that would be an example to me, because it's sort of like an 800-word character study.
Data, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Charlotte wanted to say something?
No, Data's Dream is a great example of what could be a multi-fandom vid if you look at it from the other angle, which does collect thematically a lot of really different source material. And I think it's from 1994 as well.
I don't think I realised that it was that old.
I think is there not like a remade version?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what I saw. Because
Yeah,
what I've seen, I don't think
I've ever seen the original.
Would look like that. Yeah. I don't like. Go on.
yeah, it's sort of a different, going in a different topic direction. So if you want to,
Go ahead. You've got a thought.
yeah, I've just been thinking because you mentioned it in the beginning with like machine learning or whatever. I think that's going to make it technologically even easier for us to make vids, but it won't help us make the vids we actually want to make it, because it doesn't understand context or Finnish culture or whatever. Yeah, well, I mean, you can teach it feelings like, here are 1,000 pictures of Mulder looking sad or whatever. You don't know what to look for.
I'm worried that you can teach an AI feels. I feel like trouble is on the horizon.
I can't wait. Like, I'm really looking forward to the day I can go, Siri, put 10 clips of this thing in my timeline, and then it'll do it. I'm like,
it's from. It's not from Google Glasses. It's from us.
What if that happens? Is it going to be like when people feed bots
Yes.
and ask them to write the things.
Oh, somebody's
and it's
going
to
to
make me a vid. It's going to be these amazing Franken
It
vids.
used to basically have that. You used to be able to put clips into Windows Movie Maker and just say, like, just make me a video. And it would make like a complete nonsense video.
Was that a couple of happy afternoons you spent doing that? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, but like with machine learning, like it's very easy. Like machines can very easily detect this is a cut, this is a cut, this is a cut. So you will give it a movie and it will cut it up for you. So you already have the individual clips and don't have to do this boring work. And then I've been playing with like this alpha version tool that does categorization of clips. So you have to put in clips.
Presumably it would be quite easy to do that by something like colour. You could say put all the clips with lots of blue together. Would it be broken?
On board with machine
Would it just broken Frank?
She's on the bandwagon now.
So yeah, you have to cut it up for it. It can't handle like longer videos. You have to have the individual clips, and then it will churn through it, and then it will tell you like this is orange, this is bright, this is dark, this, and like make a lot of guesses. It will basically tag it for you with like different concepts it can visually detect. I forgot actually what it can do except color, but it can do color.
Yeah.
And then you can like use this. Well, I mean, it's not finished. The person who wrote it just like started working on it, so it's not like really fixed what you then can do with this data, because I don't know if you can properly export it or whatever. But it's really cool, and it's that's what I meant what I said at the beginning. It will help us technologically make it easier, because like taking this mechanical work from us, this like cutting it, and this is blue, this is orange, but it can't like really like, it can't tell you this is a throwback to a previous episode or whatever. Like
This is sadness.
Yeah. So that definitely sounds to me like the problem is going to be having so much footage and so much stuff that we could use. Going through it all is going to be the problem, and we're going to need the technology to help us shift through that and actually sort of filter out what we don't want, and then end up with the beautiful footage that we do, and then we'll sort of basically have the jewels at the bottom of the gold dust bucket or whatever they use. That metaphor slightly got away with me. But I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be really exciting. Like,
yeah, I have it. I think I have it on my laptop. I haven't tried it out in a while. Like I got the installer. I installed it, played with it, and then ignored it for a bunch of months. But I can try to open it and like show you maybe.
because presumably at some point it's going to be able to say this is Fox Mulder or something like, and so you'd be able to find everything that was tagged with Mulder's face or whatever, like, and then
I didn't know,
that's
like
just incredible to me.
Yeah, the dude is coming from a very different area, so it's more. I think the intention is for video like effects for music. Because there's a plugin there where you then can put it into this video. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's for visual generated visuals for like electronic music and whatever, and you can put in the video source and it will put effects on it and like beat detection and whatever, so it's more like mesh ups
to go with the music,
crazy generative art than actual content, so it's more.
So that really shows it that it depends on who is inventing this stuff and what they, what they think that you want to use it for.
Actually, that kind of software is very common in photography already, because we use it for stock photos. And I find it
absolutely difficult to use that. Because when you're looking for something, you have a certain concept in mind of what you want. And whenever I try to explain to the machine what I want, it never returns what I actually want. So I find it easier to actually go through and look at everything there is to see, yeah, this fits the theme that I want to explain. And because, like I said, the machine doesn't have emotion. And there's a concept, be it in a video clip or in a photo, that conveys the emotion. And you cannot explain a machine that says, okay, this is person A, and a person A is smiling and is wearing a white shirt. But it does not convey the situation or something, and that's not something the machine can do, because it doesn't get the context that's used in. So for me, I can spend like 5 hours using that tool we have in our stock photo gallery with the tags that are automatically done on the pictures, because it has face recognition and color recognition, and if it's day or night, if it's inside or outside, it all recognizes that. But it does not work with the context you usually need the picture for. So it may work if you, like you said, you just have it for like a visual artist that has like strobe lighting or something. I can understand where it's like I need a red strobe, or I need something like a blue light, where that would work, because it's basically a very simple complex. But if you get into the complex that says, I'm just going back to Mulder, I need Mulder looking very sad, and it needs to be a reaction shot to something else that I have before, that's something you can't tell the machine.
Well, I guess it can find all the shots of Mulder looking sad for you. Like a selection, and then you can go through that.
I think in the future as well.
I think Catherine had a
Yeah,
actually,
like one of the things that interests me is that there is almost no technology that's actually for vidders. Like almost everything we use is designed for something else, and we use it to vid anyways. Like there are a couple of things, like Lameg is specifically for vidders, and there's like, I don't know, like a couple of maybe that subtitling program, is that specifically for vidders, or is that, and like. But yeah, there's almost nothing that is actually meant for the way that we use it, and we take all these things that are meant to be used in completely different ways and just kind of do our own thing, like shoehorn in the stuff we need somehow.
Yeah. And like to me, that's kind of inherent to the definition of fandom. You know, like if you're doing it as a fan, then you're doing it sort of on the periphery and using somebody else's thing in a different way.
But we invented the AO3.
We did.
I feel like the trend is definitely for us building our own infrastructures.
Yeah.
I mean, building bidding software on the other hand, who knows?
Man, if somebody has invented magical bidding software like tomorrow, I would definitely be there to use that.
It might do, because you know, if the ingredients to do our game cheaper and easier to do, if someone at home might be able to create a software.
Well, with regards to free open source bidding software, it exists. I mean, I use it. I use software that has a very complex and kind of crappy code base, which is why it doesn't get the updates that it should. There are other things like OpenShot, which has got a cleaner code base that was invented more recently. But my understanding is basically that like bidding software is quite complex and is a little bit more difficult to do, which is why you don't have a massive proliferation of free open source options. But the basics are there. And these things are open source, so there is nothing legally preventing someone who knows about it from taking the basics of these things and then making the changes that would make them more bidder friendly if there were specific things that we needed from them. I think the tools are already definitely there. It's just I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I can't think what I'd change about my bidding software that would make it better for bidding specifically. You know.
It is really hard to know what you want to use in sort of a perfect world until it's actually there, and then you're like, oh right, yeah, that is what I was waiting for.
Maybe something that could mark exactly where the beat is. That would be useful. Yeah.
I do also wonder if like getting rid of some of the stuff that you don't need would make it run faster. Yeah.
Something that assumes your clips will be short but not whole movie length, and so it doesn't try and like render it every time.
I know. So does anybody actually have any sort of pie in the sky, you know, you get to have a magical wish from a genie sort of thing that you would like your vidding software to be able to do?
Make vids?
I just like plug into your brain and be like, make a vid.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's a
I'll
great
write you
idea.
the outline. Tell you everything that's going to happen. Just do the thing.
Oh, that'd be genius.
Handle all codecs and formats and sort out my aspect ratios for me.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Or to like automatically rewrite things on the beat, so you put things on, it's like it's actually on the beat.
But yeah, that would depend on which part of the clip you want to be on.
Yeah. But it would know. It's magic.
Yeah, when the thing happens, that has to be on the beat.
I do think though that the ability to mix and match aspect ratios and formats is something that Vids prioritise that most people doing editing don't have to deal with. And I'm lucky, I actually have an editing program that's pretty good about that. Like you set something and it just imports it in the different sizes so you can zoom or cut on the different tracks, but it's the only editing program I've ever had or tried or played around with that lets me do that quite, pretty easily. So it's definitely not common. Yeah, you're right. I think that's a big one.
DaVinci Resolve seems to kind of do that. I mean, I've only just started playing with that, but you set your idea, your sort of settings at the beginning. You tell it you want a new project and this is what you want it to be, and then it basically seems to force things into that.
Oh no, see, Simulera is different. You tell it what you want. So you say, I want it to be 1280 by 720, whatever. And then if I import something that's smaller than that, it will just show up small on the clip. If I import something that's bigger than that, it will only show me the middle of the clip, and I can move it around.
Because I think DaVinci Resolve
and then I
just
can
shifts
zoom
things
or
to do
shrink
that.
those into how I want them, and then I can also crop them if I need to. So
does that too.
Sorry? Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, it's nice to know that Premiere is doing that now. I don't think older versions.
I don't think it's doing it.
Some new versions of Final Cut certainly do it.
Do that. Right. In that case, I actually think we've come to the end of our time. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is 1:15. I'm assuming people might want to, hit the bathrooms and maybe brush their hair before.
I do have I think I'm a clone now. More or less ready to go if I just.
Yeah, we could totally put one. I'm going to get out of the way because otherwise I'm going to get blinded.
Extra content.
I'm thinking you all wanted to actually have a conversation about the same thing. I was like, oh god, nobody does.